Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I don't know how this events of the weekend has affected the student body, but I know it's hit some of us in the faculty fairly hard. In particular, Ibrahim and myself were fairly close to Dr. Fadi, so that there. And I apologize for missing time over the weekend too. Let me try to find that there. On Thursday of last week, I think it was, or actually Wednesday night, that there. I know, I thought I had it. Microprocessors. Oh, I got to log out and log back in. Right there. Oh. And I burnt my finger last week, so it's hard to type. Okay. You know, why are we not, mouse is not, oh, I'm using the old computer. Yeah. Okay. I remember my password. Okay, what am I? Oh, if everything can go wrong, it will here. You know, let's see here if I can. Find it this way. I don't see it. Okay, all right, where did I put it? Here it is, okay. All right. This will be your, I believe your last assignment that there. And I'm just going to kind of go through it today. I'm not in a super energetic mood that there. Don't feel well. But that there. Okay, now you'll have to use, for this, you're going to have to use a timer right there. And I talked about the timers last time, but just kind of let me bring up the timer again. Here, and I'm running the old computer with a different version of the software that there. But for this particular one, you'll have to use the I/O simulator. You know, if it comes up in order to represent. Now you've got, as far as outputs goes, you've got 2 solenoids and a motor right there. So as you look at this particular one, there's an output that you'll have for the motor, one for solenoid A that fills the tank, one for solenoid B that allows the tank to drain right there. You've got a start and stop button right there. These are 2 buttons that there. You've got 2 sensors right there, and these are just simply inputs, so you can define them however you want right there. We normally have been, you know, I/O module, I/O 0/0 could be the start button, I/O 0/1 could be the stop. And again, they could be I/0/2 could be the empty, and I/0/3 could be the full, or you can move the the 2 sensors over to. I don't want this to automatically save because it's saving with my that there, but you can move those to module 3, which is another I/O sensor right there, input sensor that there. Also, there you've got your outputs that there. I1/0 could be solenoid A, I1/1, and I1/2 could be your 3 outputs right there. So you've got right there, what did I count? Inputs, 4 inputs. Is that right? Yeah, 4 inputs and 3 outputs right there. So now the directions are fairly clear. Nothing happens until you hit the start button right there. When the start button starts it, first thing that happens is you fill up the tank. So you close solenoid B, you open solenoid A right there, and once it fills, the empty sensor will close, and once it's full, the full sensor closes right there. So as it fills, it's no longer empty, but then you wait and you stop filling until the full sensor closes right there. So that's a normally. So now when you run this in simulation, you'll have to hit the little full button on the sensor right there. You'll have to hit that there. So once it's full, you open or you close solenoid A, you degenerize. In other words, you quit filling the tank up, and then you run the agitate motor for 3 minutes. That's where the timer comes in. Right there. Once you're done agitating, then you open the B solenoid to empty the tank. Once the empty limit switch is opens right there, you quit it, you go ahead and close solenoid B, and then you just wait until you hit the start button again. So it's a straightforward assignment right there. So I'm not going to go through and do it for you at this point. I want you to take a little bit of time, work through it. Today is kind of going over it. One of the things I should point out, and this is kind of a hint, that there is very likely to be not this problem, but something similar to it on the final exam, right there. So I like to, on final exam questions, steal from homework, labs, lectures, those types of things, and I can tell you with pretty good certainty, because the final exam's already written and the solutions are already been done, is that the last problem of the final exam, there's a 20-point problem that's going to kind of take the shape of this particular lab right there. So it's important that you understand this problem. That's why I don't want to do it for you. If I sat down and did this step by step for you and showed you how to do it, yeah, everybody would get the 10 points or whatever, however many points are on the, up there. But on the final exam, you won't remember how I did it right there. So you'll remember it much better if you do it between now and, we'll say, Thursday of this week. I don't remember how long I gave you. I think I gave you about a week or so to do it, or maybe a little bit longer, but that there. Just to kind of remind you that there. Now, when you go through and do this, right here. Here's your I/O sensor right there. So you've got your 4 inputs you can take right off of this module. And when you run this, that there, and I'll just go ahead and just put in a couple right there. This I colon, and I'm sorry I can't type them, so I colon 1/0. That's this switch right here. And this is O colon 2/0. That's this output right here, right there. So if I flip this around, program it, and I hit the run button, when I close the switch, that output goes high right there. So that's how you're going to have to do this particular one, is you're going to have to flip the start button right there, right there, and there, and then these are look at the LEDs, and of course you'll have to do a little short phone video or screen video showing it as you go through the steps right there. So your timer, remember that in order to put in a timer, you click on the timer counter right there, and this is a time off counter right there. So we put this right here, and I'm going to flip this over here, and I'm going to, no, not this one here, user. Right here. I'm going to put another LED or another light. Right here. And let's put another edit. insert. All right. You have to do it here. Insert. Why is it not letting me insert a run here? All right, I'm having trouble inserting a run. Normally, right there. Okay, well, let me just simply put in here, this is O:2/0, that's that output. O:2/0, right there. This one is timer. Oh, I didn't set that this is timer 4. Right there. Preset. We said 5 seconds, so I'm going to put 500 in here. Right there. So timer 4/done. Right there. Let's just do this O:2/1, and hopefully this will do what it's supposed to do right here. So if I download this, and it looks like, oh, it took away that rung right there. Okay, evidently that's how you insert the rung by you click on this right here is how you insert the rung. So I need to go ahead and put this back in right here. So this is timer :4/4/done. I think that's right. And hopefully and this is O:2/1. And we'll see whether I got this right or not. This is timer :4/ okay, yeah, that looks right there. So that matches this right here. So that there. So if I go ahead and hit the download, right here, run. When I close this and I open it back up, that goes off, but you'll notice that, and actually this here should have been a normally closed right there. So this is on until this hits the 5 seconds right there. And 5 seconds is a long time while I'm sitting here waiting for it to time out. You might want to do it for 2 seconds when you're doing your simulation. I said 5, so on the final exam you would put 500 there. But that they're actually, that's 0.1, so it should have been 50 actually. I put 500. I'm off by a factor of 10. But you'll notice that when this gets to 500, this will turn off. Is that there? So I made a mistake on that there. For 5 seconds, this should be 50. It's the time base is 0.1, not 0.01, right there. So when I run this again, you'll notice that this is not the motor. This, again, for the assignment case, this is the motor. Once I close this and open it right there, you'll notice that my motor is running, and at the end of 5 seconds, it turns off right there. So this is how you use the timer for this particular problem right there. So again, going back to the problem, right there, we've got a start button and a stop button. Now, if you hit the stop button and then, of course, you turn off the motor, and just kind of leave everything stop at that point right there. And if you turn off the motor and you hit the start button, it'll start the counting again. It's already full, so that there, and hold on, let me see if I did, before I say that there, the start button is use repeat. The instructions don't really say what to do when you hit the stop button. I'm going to say when you hit the stop button, just stop the motor and leave the, if you're in the process of filling the tank, stop filling the tank right there. And I'm just going to say drain the tank as well. So you hit the stop button, that there, the instructions don't say it, but what you should do is stop filling the tank, empty the tank, and stop the motor right there. In other words, go to an end of cycle mode. The tank, you stop the motor, stop filling the tank if you're filling the tank, and then empty the tank, and then wait for the start button. That's there. Now you could, in sake of argument, you could say that you hit the stop button and the tank is full and it's agitating, and you just stop it and then re-agitate it. But let's make it simple. Let's say, for sake of this particular assignment, that we're going to drain the tank. That's there. So, that's there. And in real life, the particular problem would determine whether or not you empty the tank or fill or stop the tank and then restart it again once you hit the start button. That there. For this particular problem, and I'll have to make sure on the final exam that they're asking on the printing that I'm clear what to do if a stop button is pressed. But that there, if you don't do it quite that way, it's fine. I'll probably just ignore the fact that there, because actually the stop button is not even mentioned in the instructions right there. So where I sold this problem from, they don't even mention the stop button, but they do mention the fact that we do have a start stop here. So is that my phone beeping at me or the computer beeping? Somebody else that there. So the instructions don't say what to do with the stop. Now that's an oversight right there. And as you can tell, the font is a little different than others, so that tells you that I actually stole this problem from someone else. And the person who that I stole this problem from didn't address what to happen when you hit the stop button. And what I'm saying to do when the stop button, when you hit the stop button, shut off the motor, shut off the fill tank, or the fill cylinder, and open the drain cylinder. In other words, drain it right there. And once it's empty, right there, completely empty, de-energize that cylinder. So in other words, go through the empty cycle right there. So, out there. So, again, I'm not going to dwell too much on this out there. But that's the final assignment that there. And I will review for the final exam. We got this week and next week, right? So one day next week I'll review for the final exam. Thursday I'm going to try to come back and visit this here, up there. I want to, and our final exam, I'm not sure, I think it's what, the 24th, is that right? Yeah, that's there, at 9 in the morning? Okay, yeah, because I'm here on the 21st and the 23rd for proctoring exams, or invigilating, I guess, that there. And then on the 24th, I pick up your final exam, and then after I'm done with your final exam, I'm pretty much done. That there. I slide into retirement mode. That there. I get to, as I tell my wife, sit around the house and read books and smoke a cigar from time to time. That there. So, there. Any questions on this assignment? As I said, you know, two things. One is my heart is not into teaching right now. I've got other things on my mind, but I think I want to give you some time to look at this right there. Has anybody looked at this since I posted it, or you waited till I explained it? You waited till I explained it, that there. Okay, well, you know, start working on this, because I will be here, inshallah, on Thursday. That there. I was not well yesterday, so actually today that there. So that there. So I will wind this up at this point. That is loud. I heard that earlier. Up there. So